everyone, and thank you for returning and subscribing to Cosmic Cassie. Every month, I post collective readings for each zodiac sign. Those links are in the description box down below. I am an intuitive, psychic medium and channel, so I read the cards, the energy, and messages. So if you have aha moments and you know right away what or who I'm talking about, that means the reading is resonating. Keeping in mind, roles can be reversed and gender does not matter. Now, if it doesn't resonate for you, that's okay. In the description box, I also added the energy that you'll get from watching your sun, moon, and rising signs. Again, thank you for liking and subscribing. It really helps my channel grow and to get the messages out there. For those that donate, I am so grateful to you. Every little bit really goes a long way and shows me that my readings are helping you all. You can book a personal reading with me on cosmiccassie.com. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the reading. Capricorn, this is going to be the full moon in Sagittarius reading. We are going to look at the energy of what are you manifesting or releasing. First, I'm going to share some collective energy, how we all can be expected to experience the energy of the moon, and some energy just for you specifically, Capricorn, on how you'll experience it. And then we'll pull a Rumi Oracle card and jump into the tarot. So first is the collective experience. So everyone can kind of expect to dive deeply into emotions around the past, stuck energy, and any incomplete projects, relationships, business, things like that. And then there's also this huge focus on creating self-sufficiency, happiness, and freedom. For you specifically, Capricorn, you're going to be more drawn to focus on matters related to social networks and community involvement. And you might actually feel like more inspired to collaborate with others towards some kind of common goal that you can all agree on. And this is a part of that energy of also being more present in a part of the community is, it's a community goal. You're all focused on creating something with the community. So expect that energy to definitely come into play for you. Let's go ahead and pull one of the Rumi Oracle cards for you. They have very beautiful visuals on them. So I'll show you the visual and read it to you as well. But let's go ahead and see what does Capricorn need to know for this full moon energy. What does Capricorn... don't give me all of these. Okay, so here is the image for you guys. I kind of got to turn it to a little bit of a degree here so you don't see the glare. But here is the image. It's almost like a woman or a man kind of standing, and you can see this like almost black sphere, like a moon or something like that. But they're definitely looking kind of peaceful. I don't know. So what it says, this is called Beyond Death Life. Footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that point, no trace remains. The description is you are urged beyond what has been. The time has come. Lay it to rest now. This ending comes as a grace to free you from all you have known. What you have known is now too small for your soul. That's beautiful. It definitely reminds me of the death card. It definitely reminds me of transformations, birth and rebirth, that kind of energy coming into play here. So let's go ahead and grab the tarot and see what actually comes out for you guys. And again, we're just asking, what is Capricorn manifesting or releasing during this full moon energy? You usually do one or the other. Very rarely you will see both happen at the same time. So let's just see, what is Capricorn releasing or manifesting during this full moon? What is Capricorn releasing or manifesting during this full moon? First out, we have the Fool, followed by Son of Swords, Ten of Swords, and the Devil, your energy, Capricorn, coming out there, okay? I will say with that Fool card, it almost feels, because I look at, again, as I mentioned in the intro, more than just the card. I look at the energy of the card and the messages that I get from it. And I'll say with the Fool card, followed by the Son of Swords, it feels almost like there's this transformation happening of being this, like, not vulnerable, but almost like, how do I want to say that? Like this defenseless, kind of out in the open, almost vulnerable kind of person. and turning into like this warrior killer energy. Okay, so it's like where we once were pure and very innocent and very delicate and very spiritual, soft. It's like all of these things that we were once upon a time, and now we're transformed more into this like predator, strategic, focused, annihilator, sniper kind of energy. Like you're not the person that someone would want to have after them, because it wouldn't be too good, it wouldn't end too well, right? And it's like you've definitely done your share, I will say, of possibly putting swords in other people's backs, and it's because we transformed into this kind of like really elite, I don't want to say killer, but like just this really, emotions don't get in my way. I'm not soft anymore. Now I'm hard, try to mess with me. I've gained abilities and strengths that can counter and overcome anyone that stands in my way. It's like I'm this brute force, but it's not very brute. It feels more strategic than brute, but it's definitely a lot of like using my logic, using my mental power, my analytical skills, my strategy planning to overcome and defeat anything and anyone that I want to. And it's almost like that has kind of been what we've turned into. So we've lost sight of being this innocent, pure, vulnerable, soft-hearted, compassionate, empathic person, and we've gone more into like this very annihilator kind of energy. I don't know, I'm trying to describe it as best as I can, but that's the way I'm seeing it here. And I feel like that's a part of what this card is talking about. There's a death that needs to happen, a death of it's okay to take who you are and start to go back to who you were, because I feel like the only reason that you changed and went from one direction to the other is because of the experiences. You might have had people do that to you, a lot of hurt and betrayal, a lot of deceit, a lot of pain. It's like I can't imagine what someone would have to go through to kind of transform from this into this, right? There's got to be a lot of life experiences that really made you feel the need to become this like person that is okay with doing whatever they need to do to get forward, to move forward, to make things happen, to gain success. It's like there had to be something that really hurt you, to put you into an energy like that. And that's how this feels. And I feel like what the card was trying to say is like, hey, it's time to move beyond just this. It's time to, you don't necessarily have to go back to this. You don't want to lose all your defenses. You don't want to go back to that energy because you were taken advantage of in that energy. You were overlooked, you were hurt, you were, it's not good to necessarily have no defenses at all, but I think you might be overdoing a little bit too much where you're at right now. So show me, where is Capricorn kind of being guided or led to be? And I almost want to say that could be a part of that devil energy, why it ends, because that is your energy. And it's almost like you got to find yourself. You got to come back to yourself. You're not vulnerable and useless and pathetic, but you're also not like this straight up just emotionless killer that just runs through and gets everything done, without any care in the world. It's like, no, you got to find the balance of that, because I think you've lost sense of who you are. You've lost sense of what you're okay with, what you're not okay with. Where do you draw the line? Where's the boundary? And it's like, it's time to come back to you, to find you and your authentic self. We have the 10 of Wands coming out to explain that. And it's kind of like the 10 of Wands is saying, release the burdens. You have 2 10s here. That 10 of Wands is saying, release the experiences, release everything that you thought you had to become in order to protect yourself. It's okay to let that go, because you're at a place now you've come so far holding this belief that you have to protect yourself, that you have to, really create fear or competition in this fierce kind of way. It's like that's where you used to be. That's not where you're at anymore. When you think about the traditional tarot deck, the 10 of Wands, he's almost at the end of his journey. You see the house and he's like right there in view of it, and he still has these burdens, these wands on his back. And that's kind of the imagery that I'm getting more than this imagery. And it's saying you've come so far. You've carried the experiences that you've had with you the entire time. You have carried, your beliefs. You have carried old ways of doing things. You've carried all these past things with you for so long, and you're finally almost like at this place where I feel like if you don't release them, it's going to become you. And it's like you've almost reached your goal. You've almost crossed the finish line. Like you've almost come to this very distinct place. And now it's time for you to really let go of the past, because you've done so much work and you've gone through so much to get to this place. It would be a shame if you got all the way here and lost it because you weren't willing to let go of the past, to let go of the thought about who you should be, how you have to show up, the way that you have to be and operate and protect yourself, and the fierceness that you have to hold with you all the time. It's like, let that go. It's like when a warrior goes to a monk and lives amongst the monks. It's like, dude, you don't need all that battle armor. You don't need your weapons. You don't need to be defensive. You don't need to be strategic. You're living amongst monks. They're harmless. They're not here to hurt you. They're not here to betray you. There's no politics that you need to get strategic with or be hesitant or cautious, paranoid about. It's like, just let that stuff go. Like you look crazy bringing all of that here. This isn't a place where you need to be that way. You don't have to show up like this. Let it go, or else we're going to have to kick you out. Like you can't be here and bring this with you. This isn't who we're about. It's not what we're about. So to bring it down in practical terms, Capricorn, this could be something as simple as like getting an opportunity to join like a company that you've always wanted to join. This could be an opportunity to have a relationship you've always wanted to have, to travel somewhere, to live somewhere new, to be a part of a group or community in a different way. But it's like, in order to really do that, in order to have that dream come in for you, you gotta let go of like the past. You gotta let go of how you thought you had to be. So it's time to really release that so that you can transform into something so much greater, so much better here. Okay. That's everything I have for you guys. Sorry, I kind of like stumbled to get across that because I wasn't sure how to explain the energy I was seeing and feeling. But I hope I was able to kind of get that across very clearly for you guys. But there's huge potential here. And I think the full moon is really bringing that potential right in front of you. But you have to be willing to like let go of the past and experience the full transformation of what's in front of you. Capricorn, if you want a personal reading with me, cosmiccassie.com is my website and you can book it there. Also, I'm going to be doing a love and money bonus reading at the end of the month, so stay tuned for that. You can make sure that you're liking or subscribing to get notified for that. Otherwise, Capricorns, enjoy your full moon and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.